Come, my children, put up your pets, and I'll tell you the story of Georgie Pletz, who on Christmas morn in 28, in a flying machine, defied all fate. Was he saint, or was he sinner, when he said he'd eat his Christmas dinner over in Piketown beyond the hills, where his grandpap had the floury mills? He kissed goodbye his own true love, and his flying machine soared up above. Then came a dive and a deafening roar, and Georgie Pletz would fly no more. His best beloved gave a piercing scream when she saw the end of her fondest dream, and her feeble old dad, as he led her away, in her ear had these wise words to say: "Stay on earth, it's the safest place, for it was ordained for the human race. A mule can kick and a wheel will stop, a mad dog bites, but nothing so bad as an airship's flop." This poem, reportedly written in 1840, took a few artistic liberties with the story of George Pletz and his flying machine. Hidden behind these trees is a house that has stood in Linglestown, Pennsylvania for over 200 years. In the early 19th century, it was the home of John Pletz, a local carpenter, and his family. It seems as though John's sons, George and Christian, inherited their father's talent for building, and they decided to construct a flying machine. The official story of the Pletz brothers' flying adventure took place on September 17, 1828, and not on Christmas Day as the poem romantically claims, a full 75 years and 2 months before the Wright Brothers took flight in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Their contraption was a box with paddle-like wings on both sides that revolved by turning a crank inside the box. When they determined that everything was in working order, George and Christian hoisted the machine into a tree on their family property with ropes and told their family and friends that they were going to fly over the mountain to their uncle's home in Piketown. The brothers climbed into the box, and it was reported that George declared, "Now I go for my dinner at Piketown," as he began turning the crank. Unfortunately, when the machine was cut loose, it fell to the earth. George suffered a broken neck and died. His brother Christian was pulled out of the wreckage with a broken arm. For years, Linglestown historian Nevin Moyer worked hard to bring recognition to the Pletz brothers and their contribution to aviation history. During World War II, when the Middletown airfield next to what is now Harrisburg International Airport was going to be renamed, Moyer urged officials to call it Pletz Field. Instead, the military went with Olmsted Air Force Base, named after First Lieutenant Robert Stanford Olmsted. Other attempts at erecting statues or markers in honor of the Pletz brothers were turned down, and over time, their story has been lost to history. The home George and Christian lived in, and the barn they reportedly built their flying machine in, are still standing and in use to this day. George is buried in the Wendrick Cemetery, next to St. Thomas United Church of Christ. It is written on his tombstone that he was 20 years, 1 month, and 10 days old at the time of his death.